Hello again, this is Sports Betting Whale, Wednesday, December 27th, 2017. Happy holidays to everyone. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas. The theme of today's video is to answer this question. Is it wise to bet on picks from typical sports handicappers and touts? I'm also going to share with you one of my round robins today for free at the end of this video, so please stay tuned for the free round robin. But first, here's a recap of yesterday's results. What a monster winning day. One of my biggest days of the year where I had 2 picks of the week, a pick of the month, and a 3-team parlay of the month. I won on each and every single one of these picks. Plus, I won 3 out of 3 on the Utah, Duke, Kansas State round robin, and won both of my 2-team parlays on the Bulls and the Bulls and over for the first half and for the game, to skyrocket up to a total of plus 183 units across all programs. That means 183 times your average bet. Pretty good for one day. Just take a look for yourself here on the screen and see what my overall performance was yesterday on December 26, 2017. The round robins were up a total of 60.2 units. The pick of the days were up 63.66 units, and the straight picks were up plus 59 units. Overall for yesterday, I catapulted up plus 183 units across all programs and all sports. And the wins were blowouts. Between my 2 picks of the week and the pick of the month, all 3 games covered by a combined 43.5 points. My record for these picks of the week, month, and year now stands at over 90%. I've lost only 1 time out of 12 picks, with the 1 loss failing to cover by a half a point, and we recommended that you actually buy the half a point. So for those who did, we have an undefeated record in 2017. And as always, you know that with me, I always put up my money where my mouth is and bet tens of thousands of dollars every single day on the same picks I share with you. How did I do yesterday? Well, take a look for yourself here on the screen. In one single day, yesterday, I wagered $23,748 and cashed out $48,613 for a net profit of $24,865 in just one single day of betting on sports. So how does making nearly $25,000 in one day sound to you? And I actually had to really fight to get that $4,000 parlay you see on the screen, because the sportsbook wouldn't let me bet that much at first. They gave me a limit of just $2,000 on that parlay ticket. I had to twist a lot of arms to get them to agree to $4,000 on that wager. Again, back in the old days, I could shoot for the moon. And you know, the only way that I can now, which is tempting if I decide to do it, is I'm going to have to go back to playing in the casinos again, because some of the strip casinos will give very high limits to their high rollers in the casino. Back in the days of the Mirage, I used to do that as part of my strategy, because I wanted the extremely high limits. You imagine how much money I would have won back in the Mirage days, where they were letting me bet $75,000 round robins and $200,000 parlays. It could have been a multi-million-dollar day. If I had to bet in the casino to get them to agree to it, that's just the cost of doing business, and I certainly would have back then. I just don't really enjoy betting in the casinos. I don't enjoy the time playing cards or craps and all of that, and you know, so I haven't used that approach much lately, but I might in the future. I'm considering it. But again, what I won yesterday, $25,000, is really a far cry from the 90s and the 2000s, when I was really accelerating when I saw the cards like yesterday. When I looked at all the games, I really saw a extremely high probability of hitting all the key bets. And that's why I even did a 3-team parlay as the best bet of the month. I didn't even round robin it. I said, why round robin it? They're all going to hit easily, and they did. So I'm glad you all had that opportunity to see that. But again, if I had the opportunity to bet like the Pinnacle Online or the Mirage days, or anybody would let me take that kind of action, it would have been not a $25,000 day, it would have been a $1 million day. Wasn't uncommon for me to win big money like that consistently. I remember winning so much money at times that I became numb to it. Even hundreds of thousands of dollars just seemed like routine. $1 million was like, oh well. You know, I'm not bragging. I'm not a bragging type. I'm just telling you that the winning can get to the numbers where they just seem, they don't even seem real. It becomes so high when you have the opportunity to roll it in and get hot. I remember the director of the Mirage Sportsbook coming to me once and saying that there was some $100,000 chips that were out of inventory, and it had to be me because I was the only one that had them. And I know that my wife at the time was a high roller in the slot area, which allowed me, again, to be able to bet way more in sports. And I went back to see, I told the director I would look to see if I could find them. And she had hidden several $100,000 chips in my shaving bag down below the sink in a bag I had never used. And sure enough, that's where they were at. So I don't know if that's a funny story to you or not, but I remember thinking, oh my goodness. And at times, I've had many times in my life, younger days, where money was very hard to come by. And so I know this may sound like it's crazy talk or that somehow I'm trying to brag. I'm not. I don't even like talking about these stories. I'm just saying them because there's a potential to win a lot of money using this system and using the progression and the round robins. And I really like to see everyone benefit from that. For me, one of the great things about winning a lot of money in sports has been my ability to help people. I tend to give away a lot of money and help people that are around me and others that are in need. I helped retire my parents. It was a goal of mine to be able to help them have a retirement and buy a new home. And I did that at a fairly young age, giving them $2 million at one time alone. So there's a lot of things you can do. I'm not the type that lives a life of extraordinary luxury. I'm not into the really fancy cars. I'm not into the fancy clothes or the fancy jewelry, but I am into helping people, and that's one of the reasons that I'm doing this right now. Is I want to show everybody that there is an opportunity to really make some extra income off this. And when I get hot, you can make a lot of money quick. And if you're part of the VIP program, the standard, or the inner circle, I'm going to be able to show you real time how to do it. I'm going to be able to give you the combination of plays and the amounts that I've used these systems in this money management program to jump up into hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars off small amounts many times. And I really want to make sure that if you're interested in that you benefit the most from my knowledge and experience. You may be the type that likes to go out and live a flashy life and spend it on cars and jewelry and that type of stuff. That's fine. That's part of an interesting life, I suppose. But if you're like me and you just like to help people too, this is a great way to be able to do it. Unlike the typical touts who only sit back and say that they can win, I'm someone who's actually won a lot, and I can prove it. I remember the director at the Mirage Sportsbook telling me that I was the best sports handicapper he'd ever seen, and that if I would get into the zone and trust my instincts, that I was generally on the opposite side of a lot of the other touts out there, and I would end up winning and they would end up losing. He just thought that was fascinating. A lot of people have told me that. So it's really important that I don't overthink things and that I don't listen to the herd mentality of what other people are saying and why they're all jumping on one side. Yesterday was a lot of examples of where my best bets were the opposite of what most of the touts were promoting to their clientele out there. One of the things you'll see too is very, very few of them, I don't really know any of them that bet like me. If they bet small and infrequently, just to be able to show some tickets online or something. but I actually bet big because I win big, and that's a big difference. So the question answering right now, is it wise to bet on picks from typical sports handicappers and touts? The truth is, the typical tout in the industries, they do not win. And I never let what other touts out there do influence me on the games. In fact, if anything, other touts' opinions on the games have an opposite effect, where I'm more comfortable going against what the majority of other touts are saying or picking, because I feel better about my plays. I don't like to be on the public side, or I don't like to be on the tout side, because that's moving the line against me. And it's, in some sort of a way, it's fun for me to be able to have the challenge of coming up with a pick opposite of what most other people think. Take yesterday, for example. One of my VIP clients became very nervous about my pick on Duke against Northern Illinois. He asked me if he should pull out because so many handicappers were on Northern Illinois and I was on Duke. The line moved from Duke -7 or 7.5 all the way to Duke -4 and continued to pour in. One of the sports books told me that 90% of the money was on Northern Illinois. So I replied back to him, don't worry about it. There aren't any key injuries or suspensions or anything that's going to change the outcome of the game. And as you all saw, Duke really controlled the ball in that game, controlled the time of possession, controlled the yardage. Northern Illinois had a couple fluke passes where our defenders on Duke didn't see the ball, but other than that, the game was completely controlled by Duke. You know, the fact that so many people were on Northern Illinois just made the spread even better for us, and we ended up winning by 22 points. It was another one of those extremely easy bets for yesterday on the bets of the week and the bets of the month. We ended up reeling in tens of thousands of dollars in profits from the fact that we were on the right side. The problem with typical touts in this business is that they tend to have a herd mentality. They go along with what a lot of other people are saying. They feel safer. It seems more comfortable to be taking the same side as everyone else is taking. So I see that a lot. A couple of people come out with an opinion and then other people jump on and take the same side. Some sportsbook directors have told me many times that they feel like I have the best instincts that they've ever seen, and that if I don't overthink and I don't listen to other people, I typically outshine anyone else. And then the way I progress when I'm hot and my money management approach is very unique compared to everyone else. I really feel like you've got the best opportunity to win a lot of money with the whale system and the champ system versus anyone else out there. If you've tried other people, you'll see they don't put their money where their mouth is, and they don't really give you that chance to progress up. Do I win all the time? No, of course not. But when I win a lot more than when I lose, especially when I have access to get a lot of money in. And you'll see going into 2018, I'm pretty committed to showing everybody how that will work, and I will show you some significant winnings throughout 2018, hundreds of thousands of dollars to millions. I found a lot of success by using the method that I am now. I don't win the conventional way. A large part of my tens of millions of dollars that I've won from betting on sports is based off the mastery of recognizing patterns that form and riding these waves and knowing how to manage the money during these hot streaks. I'm finally coming public with my picks because I don't want to see everyone get burned by other sports handicappers. If you're going to put your money on the line, do it with someone like me who has a history of consistently winning millions and putting my money where my mouth is. I'm not just some tout who sits back and hypes up when they hit a few games in a row and doesn't even show you all the losses. With me, you get the same transparency when I'm ice cold as you do when I'm red hot. In fact, I don't brag much at all when I'm red hot. I'll apologize when I'm cold and things aren't going well. That's my style. It's quite different than most other people that you'll see out there. I really want to stress to you the importance of patience when betting on sports. Just like me, you cannot let the small losses bother you. If you're playing poker, the winners are the ones that win the big pots. They're the ones that end up winning the tournaments, or not the ones that muck in their antes a lot. That doesn't matter. It's the ones that know when to pounce and when to take the chances. And I'm very good at that, and I will show you how to do that. I'll show you when to pounce and when to really jump in and hit the big jackpots. Just like yesterday, you'll see how quickly I can completely erase some small losses or even some decent sized losses by hitting one big day or 2 or 3 days in a sequence. And you'll see a week to 10 days in a sequence. You'll win more money than in that time period than you do of losses over many, many months. But before getting into today's picks, I want to make an announcement to you that today I'm reopening the doors to my VIP Inner Circle. As you know, I closed the doors to this VIP Inner Circle a month ago and have not accepted any new entries in. Today, I'm finally reopening the doors again for the access due to the high demand. I really want people to benefit from this. I hate to see you miss out on my monster runs, and I want you to be able to take advantage of all the different categories of bets that I make, not just one category, but all of them. We're going to close out the year real well, and we're going to have an unbelievable 2018. My VIP Inner Circle includes all round robins, straight bets, halftime plays, in-game plays, best bets of the week, the day, the month, the year, best bet parlays, best bet round robins, futures, teasers, power parlays for all sports. That's NFL, college football, baseball, NBA, college basketball, hockey, soccer, horse racing, UFC, boxing, MMA, golf, tennis, auto racing, and anything else that may be added to the lineup in the future. You'll get all of these picks under the sun from me, the whale, in this all-inclusive VIP program. To buy in to all of these programs separately, individually, a la carte menu, would normally cost between $5,000 and $10,000 a month. This all-inclusive VIP program saves you over 95% off the regular price. This VIP Inner Circle gives you the fastest, easiest, and most affordable way to exactly mirror my action and wager along with me, one of the winningest sports bettors in history. So just go to the link you see on the screen and take advantage of this grand reopening offer to become part of my VIP Inner Circle for a very affordable weekly installment. And remember, every single time you invest with the whale or the champ, it comes with a complete ironclad guarantee. You absolutely can ask for a refund and get it immediately anytime you want. So let me give you today's NBA round robin. I'm going to give you one in NBA. It's a 2s and a 3s for 2 units per parlay. Boston Celtics, Indiana Pacers, and the Chicago Bulls. That's the Celtics, Pacers, and Bulls. To get the rest of my premium picks today, all you have to do is just lock in your access to my VIP Inner Circle. Today, I'm finally reopening the doors so you can get involved in making a lot of money with me, the sports betting whale. Remember, to buy into all these programs separately for every sport would normally cost you up to $10,000 a month. In this all-inclusive VIP package, you'll save over 95% off the regular price to get access to all of my VIP picks and money management, so you can mirror the action of me, one of the biggest and winningest sports bettors ever. Just go to the link you see here on the screen and let's get started making money together. Thank you.
Yeah.